fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty, "Hi-yo, Silver!" The Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
On Silver! Let's go, big fellow! I'm Silver! Hooray!
Dan Reed sat in the home of Clem Standish and his daughter Molly. He'd just finished a generous slice of cake.
Golly, that sure was good, Miss Molly.
I'm glad you liked it, Dan.
When I stopped for water, I didn't expect a treat like this.
You said you were riding into town to meet friends?
Yes, Mr. Standish.
Which way are they coming from?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be bad if they figured to come through the canyon in Spook Mountain. Might never get here.
How's that?
Mean to say you ain't heard about the evil one?
No, sir.
Sakes alive, I thought everyone had heard about him.
News doesn't spread that fast, Dad. It's only been a few months since it happened.
Since what happened?
Dan, this community has been accursed ever since the night of the big storm.
Who is this evil one?
I'll tell you, Dan. Look at that window. Look right over there. You see that black mountain?
Sure.
Well, that's where he lives.
You said something about the night of the big storm.
Yep. That's when things happened that changed the name of Blacktop Mountain to Spook Mountain. Me and Molly sat right here where we're sitting now. Oh, the storm came up over Blacktop Mountain. The sky got dark as pitch at sunset. Then the wind started howling, the rain began. As night come on, the thunder and lightning began to play. The lightning shot down from the sky at Blacktop Mountain. Me and Molly could see the jagged tongues reaching right out of the heavens, lighting up the old mountain like the noonday sun. There was a crack of thunder like we'd never heard before.
Oh, it was awful.
Flames leaped right up from the mountain. We seen fires playing around, and the whole sky seemed to glow with a blue light. Then the storm let up. Rain stopped, and the wind went down. The stars came out, and it was calm, quiet, a night as you could want. We went to sleep that night, never knowing the mischief that had been done.
What had been done, Mr. Standish?
Dan, that mountain split open.
Split open?
Yes, sir. Next day we heard that there was a brand new canyon in the side of the mountain.
There must have been a cave or something. Maybe the channel of an underground stream. And the top caved in to form a canyon.
However it happened, the canyon was there. Bart Bader was the one that brought the news. Me and Molly was sitting on the porch when we seen Bart riding from the mountain like old Nick himself was chasing him. I'll never forget the wild look on his face.
Pa, look at the way Bart Bader's riding. I didn't think he could travel that fast.
Something's wrong, Molly. Mighty wrong.
Whoa there, whoa.
Hey there, Bart. What's happened?
Molly, Mr. Standish, it's awful.
What's awful?
What's happened, Bart?
I've got to tell you. It happened at the mountain. There's a new gap there. Blacktop Mountain split open.
You don't say.
It happened during last night's storm?
Yes, and we saw it, Jim Larrabee and I. We started in, and a deep, heavy voice called to us, telling us to turn back.
Who was it?
I don't know, Molly. I'm most afraid to think of it. Kept repeating, turn back, turn back, turn back. That's all it said.
What'd you do?
Well, Jim Larrabee wouldn't turn back. He insisted on riding into the canyon. And I followed a little bit behind.
Where is he now?
Well, he's dead. Dead? Oh, it was awful. He was riding ahead, and that voice kept telling us to turn back. And then all of a sudden, Jim stopped. His horse acted like he'd seen haunts or something. Jim turned and said he was going to get away from that place.
Then what?
Well, we started out, and just as we got to the mouth of the canyon, Jim began to gasp and claw at his chest. His horse reared and plunged something frightful, and then fell to the ground. Well, I examined them. They were dead. Jim and his horse. I tell you, the evil one himself lives in that canyon.
Well, Dan, that's how Spook Canyon got its name.
Did anyone else die in the canyon?
The sheriff sent a couple of deputies to look the place over. They didn't come back. Bart Bader and Hank Simmons went there to look for the deputies. They found both men and both their horses near the mouth of the canyon. They were stone dead.
With no marks of violence.
Oh,
Then
God.
the next week, a man came here from the other side of the mountain. He'd ridden through the canyon.
What happened to him?
Nothing while he was in the canyon. But the next morning, he was found dead in his hotel room.
Doesn't anyone know what killed those men?
It's just the curse of the evil one, that's all. It's the curse that's put on anyone that comes through Spook Canyon.
Oh, look. There are the men I was to meet.
Why, one of them is masked.
That's right. Come outside and meet him. Hi.
There, Dan. Hello, Dan. I saw your horse tied out here.
I was just on the way to town to meet you.
See here, Dan, you didn't tell me and Molly that your friend was an outlaw.
He's not an outlaw.
Dad, don't jump to conclusions.
Why, he's...
Dan, I'm trying to conceal my identity.
Oh, well, anyway, this is Mr. Clem Standish and his daughter Molly.
How do you do?
We've enjoyed Dan's company.
Thanks.
Yeah. You sure you ain't an outlaw?
Quite sure.
And this is my friend Tonto.
How?
You come from that direction?
Yes.
What matters, Silver?
I don't know, Tonto. Been acting strangely for the past few minutes.
You didn't come through the canyon, did you?
Yes, Dan. Why?
Oh, my. Spook Canyon.
What's the matter?
Well, that
It's
canyon...
haunted. The evil one lives there.
Oh, nonsense.
Others have said the same. And they're dead.
Did you hear the voice?
What voice?
The voice in the canyon.
No, there was no voice in the canyon.
That horse knows that something was lurking in the canyon.
Tonto, nothing's wrong with Silver. Steady there, old fella.
Him sick.
Look, the horse is falling.
Silver, steady there, boy.
You see what I mean?
He's fallen.
Where's the kitchen?
Now, look, mister, it ain't no...
Where's the kitchen? I've got to get something for my horse.
I'll show you.
Thanks.
This way.
Tonto, is Silver going to die?
Me not know.
Nothing can save him. And the evil one will get the rest of you as well.
The Lone Ranger quickly mixed oil and mustard and various other things in the Standish kitchen. Then, with Tonto's aid, he spooned the concoction into the mouth of the fallen horse.
You're going to be all right, Silver. I know you are. Hold his mouth this way a little, Tonto.
Oh. Yeah. How bad?
That's better.
Is there anything I can get?
Not right now, Dan.
We got a veterinary over in town. Should I ride for him?
Oh, no, thanks.
Ain't much of anything anyone can do when the evil one's curse is on a man or a beast. Other horses dropped the same way this one did.
You did, huh?
And men as well.
There. I guess that's enough for a little while. You'll be all right, big fella. Spread the blanket over him, Tonto.
Let me fix it.
I've got room in the barn if you want to put the horse back there.
I want him to lie right here for a little while.
Don't matter much.
Dan, what's all the talk about the evil voice in the canyon?
Mr. Standish told me about
You
it.
see, Blacktop Mountain split open during the big storm and made the canyon.
When?
A few weeks ago.
That canyon has been there for centuries.
Huh?
There are big trees there. They don't grow in a few weeks. The rocks are worn down by centuries of rain.
Well, there's no accounting for what happens there.
There's a huge boulder near the mouth of the canyon. Possibly that sealed the entrance. The boulder was moved when the big storm washed away the shale and dirt that held it in place.
Well, Dad, that sounds reasonable. The canyon's been there all the time, only no one saw it when the entrance was sealed.
Well, anyhow, Bart heard the voice and saw men and horses struck dead.
Hand me the bowl, Tonto. I'm going to give Silver some more. Steady now. Steady, boy.
He hold his mouth.
Molly, ain't that Bart riding this way?
Yes.
Oh, is that the man who first saw the canyon?
Yes, sirree, and he can tell your masked friend the story firsthand.
Whoa. Hey, what's this?
Bart, look.
It's another one.
What's the matter with that horse?
Same as the others that came through Spook Canyon.
That man's masked. What's he giving to the horse?
He made something out of oil and things from the kitchen.
That won't save the horse.
It's helping.
You say you rode through Spook Canyon?
Yes. Neither Tonto nor I heard any voices.
Well, I heard them, and so did some others. You and that Indian and those horses are as good as dead right now. I tell you, I know. The evil one don't let anyone survive.
I've heard too much about this evil one and spirit voices. There's just a lot of superstition.
Oh, it is, huh?
Yes, it is.
Well, you wait and see. You'll be dead by morning, or my name ain't Bart Bader.
Bader? That's your name?
It is?
Oh, I see.
Well, why do you say it that way?
Look, Silver's raising his head.
He'll be all right now.
Silver, old boy.
He's trying to get up.
Take it easy, fella.
Easy now. Help him up.
He's on his feet. He's better. He's going to get all right.
Standish, will it be all right to use your stable?
Well, you bet it will.
Good fella, good boy, Silver. Easy. Well, we'll put both horses in there. If you don't mind, we'll stay there with them until tomorrow morning.
Needn't do that. Got plenty of room inside the house.
Thanks, but Tonto and I'd prefer to stay with the horses.
I'll stay with you.
Bader, I guess this is one horse that survived what you seem to think is an evil spirit.
Others felt the same way, but they didn't wake up on the following morning.
Well, we'll waken in the morning. What's more, we'll return to that canyon.
What? Why, it's tempting fate.
We saw something there.
What'd you see?
We're going to keep it a secret for the time being, Dan.
You mean to say you're going back to that canyon if you're alive tomorrow morning?
We certainly are.
Well, I'll lay 10 to 1 you don't make it. I tell you, I heard the evil one speak.
During the early part of the evening, Dan was with the masked man and the Indian in Clem Standish's barn.
Yes, Dan. I'm sure Silver will be all right. Nearly all right now.
You'll be able to ride him in the morning?
Yes.
Silver get well plenty quick.
Golly, I hope nothing else happens.
Dan, do you believe those stories about the evil one?
Well, I don't know. That is, you can't argue with the things that have happened. Clem told you all about the people that went to the canyon and died.
He also told about a man who went to the canyon and didn't die.
Huh?
Bart Bader.
Do you think he's got anything to do with the deaths?
He's the only one who claims to have heard the voice in the canyon.
The others who heard it are dead.
We've only Bader's word that they heard it.
That's so.
Dan, I have a message for Bader, but I haven't given it to him.
A message?
When Tonto and I left Baker City, we called on Joe Severance.
I don't think I know him.
He's a friend who works in the assay office.
Oh.
When he learned that we were coming here, he gave us a message for Bart Bader. Bader had sent him samples of some ore that he thought might be gold. He found the ore in that canyon.
Oh, golly.
But it's not gold. It only fool's gold.
I don't think anyone knows about that.
I have a hunch that Bader is killing everyone who goes into the canyon and trying to frighten the others away, so no one else will find the ore. Tomorrow, I'm going to find out the truth.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. to continue our story. While discussing the mysterious happenings in Spook Canyon, the Lone Ranger told Dan and Tonto that he had a hunch Bader was killing everyone who went into the canyon. Dan eagerly questioned the Lone Ranger.
But men who passed through Spook Canyon died sometime later when Bader wasn't around. How could he be responsible?
Poisoned water, Dan.
Is that what it was?
Yes. Silver drank from a water hole in the canyon.
The scout didn't drink?
No, I was ahead of Tonto. Silver drank while I waited for him to catch up. Then we went on.
Other horses have died.
The water purifies itself in a few days. Perhaps most of the poison was gone from the water.
Well, maybe medicine saved Silver.
Probably helped.
How did you know that Silver had been poisoned?
The symptoms were plain enough, Dan.
What are you going to do about Bader?
They must have proof against him. Merely accusing him won't do any good.
No.
He's got to be proved guilty of murder.
Well, plenty feller dead.
Yes, Tonto. Let's see, there's Jim Larrabee and the two deputies who went to investigate Larrabee's death. And that fellow who rode through the canyon from the other side.
He reached town all right.
But he was found dead the following morning in the hotel.
Yeah.
Bader could easily have poisoned something he ate.
That's so.
How we catch Bader?
You and I'll take turns standing guard, Tonto. He may try to sneak in here and poison the water.
He left for town an hour ago.
Yes, I know it, Dan. That won't keep you from sneaking back during the night.
He seemed dead sure that you'd die before morning.
Well, if he makes a move, we'll get him.
What if he doesn't?
And we'll get him tomorrow morning.
How?
I'll take him to the canyon with me.
But wild horses couldn't drag him into that canyon.
We'll see, Dan.
We see.
Now, you better get back to the house.
All right. I'll sure be glad when morning comes.
That long night, there was little rest for the Lone Ranger and Tonto, and even less for Dan Reed. He lay awake most of the night, his ears strained to catch the slightest sound of anything unusual in the stable. Dan was up and dressed at dawn. He hurried to the stable and found that no danger had threatened the Lone Ranger and Tonto during the night. Breakfast was ready when Dan returned to the house.
Everything's all right. Bart Bader was mistaken.
Oh, thank goodness.
Your friends are all right, huh, Dan?
Yes, sir.
How's that beautiful white horse?
As good as new.
Breakfast is just about ready, Dan. Sit right down.
Oh, I don't want
Come
to put
on,
you...
son. Wouldn't your friends join us?
No, sir. They're fixing something for themselves.
Well, pull up a chair and sit.
Pass your cup, Dad. I'll pour the coffee.
Yeah. Dan, that masked friend of yours,
Yes?
just why does he wear that mask?
Well, he doesn't want people to know who he is.
What's so secret about his identity?
Why, I guess you'd better ask him about those things, Mr. Standish.
All right, son. Don't mind an inquisitive old man. Have some flapjacks?
Thanks.
You know, that masked man said something yesterday. It's been rankling in my mind ever since.
What's that?
Said he'd noticed something in Spook Canyon. Did he say what it was that he noticed?
I don't remember anything in particular.
He isn't really going back there this morning, is he?
Yes, Miss Molly.
Doggone dangerous thing to do. That man's flirting with death. That's what he is.
Can I come in?
Of course.
Well, by thunder, I'm glad you're still alive.
Ma'am, I think Bart Bader will soon be here.
Yeah? Why do you think so?
God, he fully expected us to be dead by this time. I'm sure he'll come to see whether he was right or wrong.
Won't you sit down and have some breakfast?
I'll sit down for a minute, but I've already eaten, thank you.
Won't you try some of Molly's flapjacks?
They're mighty good.
Oh, no, thanks. I came to ask you two to help me.
You mean
You and your father.
How can we help?
Clem, Bart Bader found some deposits in the canyon. He thought he'd found gold, but he was mistaken.
Yeah? How do you know?
He sent samples to a friend of mine for an assay.
Oh, see.
I think the people who died were poisoned by Bader.
Oh, no. Bart wouldn't do that.
Molly,
Oh, Dad. Tell the masked man that's all wrong. Bart's not a murderer.
You're hitting mighty close to us, mister.
Molly, I didn't know that.
Bart and I are engaged to be married. Why would he kill people?
Molly, if Bart is guilty, you'd want to know it, wouldn't you?
Yes, but I... Oh, Dad.
Yeah, there now, honey. It'd be best to know the truth.
Now, that's what I want to get, the truth.
How do you figure to get it, mister?
I want Bader to go to the canyon with me.
Now, look here, mister. I know Bart Bader as well as I know anyone. I think you're all wrong about him.
Yeah, perhaps I am.
I think that canyon's haunted.
Standish, you can't really believe in such things.
There's a whole lot of things that can't be explained. Call them supernatural or whatever you like. But
That's Bart. Come in, Bart.
I came to... Oh. So you're still alive.
Yes, Bader.
Oh, Bart.
Well, Molly, what's the matter? You've been crying.
Bart, tell me the truth. I must know the truth. Did you have anything to do with the death of the people who went to the canyon?
Me?
the masked man is suspicious of you, Bart.
You accuse me? Why,
Steady, Bader.
I ought to...
By the way, here's a report on that ore you sent to Baker City.
Oh,
It's nothing but fool's gold that you found.
Bart, you did find something in the canyon.
well, yes, I did.
Did you poison the water so no one would share your secrets?
No.
I tell you, it's something supernatural that's causing them deaths. Bart ain't got no part in them.
Bader, I want you to go into the canyon with me.
Are you local?
Bart, I want you to go.
But, Molly...
I think this masked man is right in one thing.
What's that?
I think someone is responsible for the murders. I don't believe in any evil spirit.
But, Molly, everyone that's gone there has died.
Otto and I are still alive.
Yes, but that don't mean...
So are you.
I want you to go, Bart.
All right, I'll go. And if the evil one strikes me down, you'll have yourself to blame for it. I heard him, I tell you. I heard his voice.
I wonder if anyone else heard that voice. You can see that this canyon wasn't made recently, Bader. Look at the trees.
Maybe you're right about it being here all the time.
But never found because the mouth was sealed by that big rock.
That's no sign that I turned murderer.
That voice you told about.
It was right here that we heard it.
Was, huh?
There.
Honey boy, easy.
Whoa there. Whoa, steady. Now, do you hear it? Even the horses are scared. That's the same as the last time. Now, what are we going to do?
We're going on. The water hole's right over there beneath that tree.
But we
Come on, Bader.
Get
All
up
right,
there.
Silver. Now, study the ground around this water hole.
What about it?
I said yesterday that I'd seen something here. Hoof marks. A lot of people have stopped here.
Sure they have. I stopped here with Larrabee.
He drank the water?
Yes.
Did you?
No. I don't drink much water.
My horse drank from here yesterday, Bader. He was poisoned, but not seriously. I wonder if someone has put more poison into that water.
It ain't poison. It's evil spirit. You heard it yourself.
I hope to find out how you worked it.
Stop accusing me. I didn't do anything.
Didn't you and Larrabee discover this place?
Yes, but...
And you thought the yellow stuff you found was gold? You wanted to keep everyone else away until you made sure.
No, that ain't so.
Here, Bader, here's a cup. You're so sure the deaths come from an evil spirit and not from poison, you won't be afraid to drink from that water hole.
For all I know, the water may be poisoned, but I didn't poison it.
Who else could have poisoned it? You and Larrabee were the first ones here, weren't you?
Maybe it's naturally
If
poisonous.
it was, there wouldn't be all those tracks of small animals. No, Bader, this water isn't naturally bad. Well, you going to drink or confess?
Neither one.
That's where you're wrong.
Clem Standish.
You.
I got both of you covered. This shotgun will blow your heads clean off if you make a move.
So it was your voice that we heard.
Yes, it was.
Well, look. He's got a megaphone made from rolled up birch bark.
Had you fooled plenty, didn't it? A voice through a megaphone gets mighty strange sounding when it comes from a cave up yonder. It's too bad you didn't heed my warning.
You must have been here the day I come with Larrabee.
Sure I was. I thought I'd found gold. And you had to come along and see the same thing I seen.
Oh, you poisoned the water.
I had some stuff in my saddlebags that I planned to put in woodchuck holes. If you hadn't been so blamed smart, you wouldn't have to die. Everyone was willing to accept the evil spirits as the ones that had killed those men that came here. Till you came along.
Standish, you realize that you're confessing to several murders?
Yeah. And do you realize that you ain't going to leave this canyon alive? Sorry about you, Bader. It'll be hard news for Molly.
You murdering skunk.
How did you get here ahead of us?
Same way I come before the big storm opened the mouth of the valley. I come over the hill. Here, Bader. Dump this powder into that water hole.
What if I don't?
Take your choice. Take a nice, cool drink and die easy, or take a charge of heavy shot from this shotgun.
Stand
No,
easy.
you don't. Stand still or I'll let you have it. Go ahead, Bader. Throw that stuff in the water.
Go on, Bart. Do as he says.
All right.
I found that yellow stuff a long time ago. Never got around to having that saved because I wasn't sure I could lay claim to the land. Stir that water with your hand. Go on. Stir it good.
Standish, you overlooked just one thing. You see, I thought that Bart Bader would break down and confess when we got here.
Yeah. Well, you were wrong, weren't you? Molly'll sure think the evil one is here when I tell her that the two of you were found dead.
I wanted witnesses, Standish. So I had Tonto bring the sheriff and lie in wait near the water hole.
What's that?
We're right here.
What? You-
Let me get him. Look out.
Give me that shotgun.
I'll get you. I'll get you all.
Hang on to that shotgun.
I am.
He got it. Strength of the devil himself.
I have his arm.
Let go. Let go. You'll bust my arm.
Stop your struggling, then.
That's it. Hold him.
Now put the handcuffs on him.
Right? There. That'll hold you, you loco old galoot.
It's that masked man. He's the one. You'd never have got me but for him. Everyone believed the story. Everyone believed in the evil one. Till you came along. You spoiled everything.
Yes, Standish. I don't believe in superstitions.
Come along, Standish. You got several murders to answer for.
I didn't want to kill them, Sheriff. I had to do it. I had to make the story of the evil one stick. Or you'd have looked for a murderer.
By thunder, I was a gullible jughead. Next time anyone tries to tie my hands with a lot of superstitious rot, I'll strap on my guns and look for something like you. The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.
You've been listening to the OTR Gold Network. Find more classic radio at otrgold.com.